All right, good morning, gentlemen. Wanted to share this with you. It's actually the second video I'm trying here. I'm going to show you what you're used to is the the alert screen, which is this triangle button up here, and then over here you'll see these people. If you hover on it, it says personnel. If I click on personnel and then we go on to strike team, you'll see that I created two different assignments at this point as an option or possibility, and I'm using this video as I record actually my screen on my phone, the possibility of using assignments to help us with determining people's availability on a more regular basis, and this can build beyond just the pandemic we're going through. As for example, we could at this point, building on what you guys are doing at this point and referencing the form that was sent out, the spreadsheet with this, we can translate that spreadsheet onto the PA strike team. And I think that would be beneficial for us because then it would get people in the habit of using this, and those emergency versus non-emergency messages send out. And I understand that we don't want people to get to the point where, oh, here comes another strike team message, here comes another strike team message. This is probably nothing important. Getting people to interact with the device and the program is one thing, is beneficial on all accounts, whether it's an emergency and non-emergency. Getting people to distinguish between, hey, the strike team needs an update on my deployable status because it's the monthly test, or because we have something going on. There's something pending, maybe the weather, water, who knows what. We need to do a quick non-emergency message, and that message notification will come across as a general alert. It should be like a general, meaning the regular sound that your device uses to notify you of any other little incidental notification that needs to occur, versus the sound that you choose, which I suggest everybody chooses something obnoxious that they recognize, so that they know that, hey, this is something I need to respond to, as you alluded to, Don, is that we drop what we're doing. I need to pick the phone up and I need to do something. But this is back to, so this is where the assignments can come into benefit for us. Anybody can pick it up and see where they're at. So as I said, we can translate the assignments onto here. We can put the squads. We can put specific names to it, and you can build these out pretty elaborately, and we can change them on the fly as usual, just like we can do with the buttons. As you can see, everything is alphabetical. Everything is pretty standard in that regard. The number 1 I put in front of it bumps everything above the alphabet, and then, as you can see, available 1 and not available 2, or not available is number 1 as well, but it puts it above engineers and rescue techs here, but they're still in alphabetical order. So this gives us the ability to kind of keep some organization. It's sort of a backdoor trick that I've learned. Long story short, in order to change your status, I can go in and I highlight my name, and as you can see, it's blue. Up here you'll see that this assign changes, and then there's a drop-down menu up here. I click on the drop-down menu and it lets me do something. It lets me choose certain things. I can also create. I go in and I tell myself I need to be not deployable. So I click on that, I hit assign. Now, notify devices of assigned changes. This will come across as a general message as well. It will not come across as an emergency or an emergency response, unless the person has chosen Active911, which I know several people do, as their general for notification. And I ask them, I don't understand why you do that, because to me it seems like your phone's going off for everything. Some people are like that, or they like Squad 51 too much, and I do like it, but not all that much. So I can either notify the user that I need to notify the user that they've been assigned to a squad, they've been assigned to safety officer, they've been assigned to engineer. Otherwise, if I don't need to notify them of anything, then I hit silent, and then they're placed into the position. And as you will see in front of your eyes, it will change and then it will update. So Jim Ebor needs to go to, again, as an example, he's available now. Now he can click on this and he can assign himself, and he will hit silence, or if he wants to feel good about himself, get notified, I don't know, then he can make himself available. So this immediately can be done every day, anytime somebody becomes available versus non-available. Now, understandably, this isn't foolproof, but neither is the survey that was sent out, because to me, not to pick on the survey, I understand the concept, but I think that, I sat there and said 2 weeks, but the reality is in 2 days, after responding to the survey, my life can change. I've had my aunt and uncle go to the hospital, and my son's had a seizure. So that changes things for me in 24 hours. So I think the ability to be able to do this and get our members to interact with this device a little bit more on a regular basis, and maybe send an emergency message out on every Monday during the pandemic to remind people, please update your status if you need to, reference, and again, I can put a much more simplistic email together with this with a video to show what needs to be done. So that's one way. The other thing is that we can send out a test message and a non-emergency message, and I preset this. If you want to know further information about what they're doing or what their available are, I put this message quickly together, 24, 48, 72 in 1 week based upon what you're talking about. And I just put the message said, select one of the 4 options shown below of your availability for deployment. Now, assuming that 24, 48, and 72, we're not going to be deploying out of the state for that long. If we are, we're going very close by, and we're going to be back shortly. So if you can't go out of state for 24 hours, you can't go to Ohio, West Virginia, or Maryland, then you're not going to be able to, you're not deployable at all, so don't acknowledge. And so forth for the rest of them. And if you're hitting a week, and we put down there for the button noted 1 week, please understand that we assume you're able to go further than state lines. So that'll elaborate right there. That there further, and maybe to even explain a little further, will give us the ability to find out quickly who's able to go out of the state. So as I said, we can look on, we go further into the service, sort by device name, sort by response type. Now, it's hard to tell here because, one, there's just me, and there's not many other people. But if I hit by response type, it will list everybody that's available for a week, 72, 24, and so forth. By name, it'll give it by name. I can actually get a report right here. It shows me when the notification was processed, when it was sent from Active911, and when it was received by the individual. And when it is received, meaning when they see their name pops up here, it means it hit their phone. There is a return. So Active911 sends it, the app receives it, and it sends a notification back, especially when I get a response. Now, we can change this a little bit and do a little bit more, but briefly, this is what I wanted to cover and to send to you guys. Please let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. Thanks.